Hello all you couch detectives out there, my name is Lee, thank you for being here. This is a horrifying case out of Ocala, Florida, where on June 12th, 2023, the home of an elderly couple was targeted for a home invasion. I mean, this couple was in their 90s. The person set on committing that home invasion, 56-year-old ex-convict Robert Connor from nearby Belleview, Florida. A hot Monday in June, Connor approached the victim's home and gained entry by asking for water. Once inside, the nightmare began. Connor tied the victims up, held them at gunpoint, demanded money and bank account information. He stole what he could before leaving with their vehicle. Now, this case did not go quickly. It took almost a full year before an arrest was made. And after a multi-month investigation, forensics finally pointed towards our suspect. DNA from the victim's home and the Cadillac DTS, which Connor had abandoned, were a match. And in January of 2024, both victims were able to positively identify Connor in a photo lineup. On January 26, 2024, after a warrant was issued, Connor was located and taken into custody. This is the interrogation that took place after his arrest. Stick around after the interrogation for the most up-to-date information on this case.
Hello. Robert.
Yeah.
I'm Joseph Miller. I'm the one that talked to you over in the car. I know if you're listening.
Is there any way to get my hoodie or something to...
Do we have a freezing still? Or is one of them coats or something you can get him? Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it is cold in these rooms. When the door's shut, all the cold air gets forced in here.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm sure you have a lot of questions. I have some questions of my own. The first thing I want to do, though, is I want to make sure that I have your information correct, okay? And that's my partner, John Lytle, Detective Lytle. He's just going to be in here talking with it. He's going to get you a blanket or something to help cover you up. Can you spell your first name for me?
R-O-B-E-R-T.
And your middle name?
Leroy, L-E-R-O-Y.
Okay. And your last name?
C-O-N-N-O-R. And I'm the second.
Okay. And what's your date of birth?
December 26th, 1967.
Okay. What's a good telephone number for you?
352-566-3558. 3558, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And your home address?
I'm home. I live in my truck.
Okay, you're homeless.
I'm actually, I just got over some, that's why I'm wondering if this is Miss Jakes again, because I just went through a big rigmarole with this woman about some other stuff, and I just got cleared, and I'm just starting to get my shit back together. I just got a second job. I've been working my ass off, and now, I get this.
Yes, sir.
This is twice in 6 months.
Here you go. The deputy's going to get your hoodie right now too, okay? It is cold in here.
Yeah, I was telling you now, when the door's shut, all this cold air gets forced in here. It gets cold. I don't know if it's that one, but it's this one here, man.
I'm good now. At least I got something.
Okay. Yeah, don't get your hoodie.
Yeah, I did.
So, I forget which name you just said.
Dawn Jakes.
Miss Jakes. So before I can talk to you, before we can go over anything, because you are here under arrest, you're brought here in handcuffs, I have to read you your rights, and then I can answer any questions. We can go over whatever you want, okay? Have you ever been read your rights before?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to read them to you. If you have any questions, let me know, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to execute these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights as I have explained them to you?
Yes.
Okay. And having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
I guess, because like you say, I don't even know what this is about,
Okay.
man. So, I mean...
Yep. So hopefully we'll be able to give you some information, you can give us a little, and we can figure it all out, okay? So tell me, where you mentioned you just got a new job. Where are you working now?
Pilot. 326.
Oh, okay.
Then I work for a guy cutting grass
Oh,
about
nice.
3 days a week.
What's the name of that grass company?
Alina Landscaping.
Hmm. You do a lot of business like in Marion County? Do you go anywhere else?
It's pretty much up north Ocala area,
Is
and
it?
around some of the shores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where were you working before all that?
I was working for Saxon Tree Service.
Okay.
That was down in Leesburg,
Okay. Oh, in Leesburg. That's down there.
actually towards Tavares, really.
Okay. And where were you living before? You said you're homeless now and you had some issue with a Miss Jakes or something. Where was your previous address?
Out in the shores. But I mean, when I'm sure you guys know some of my past. I mean, I just got out of prison a year ago, a little over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I had some money left over from a house that I sold.
Okay.
And
Which house was that? Is that? It might have been the one that I was trying to find you at. Was that?
8880.
Yeah, the 90th Ave Road. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So.
But I kind of was bouncing around a little bit. Actually, I wasn't even trying to stay around here because I was trying to avoid her. So,
Okay.
And actually, when I was leaving Leesburg, I was going to be moving to Jacksonville. My truck broke down, and I've been I got stuck here, and then trying to get money saved so I can get up there and get started with some work and a business and so on and so forth.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed you were giving plasma today.
Yeah, that's my eating money.
I got. Does it pay pretty good over there? What does plasma go for nowadays? I don't know.
It's
I've never
like you
donated.
get $50 for the first one. I can donate twice a week. You get $50 for the first time and $70 for the second time.
Okay.
Yeah. So I say it's my eating money.
It's a little bit that helps, but not.
Well,
yeah.
so I was cutting grass with this guy, and things have scaled back. I was only working like 3 days a week, so that's why I had to get the second gig going on. Because like I said, my plan was to get some more money together and head up to Jacksonville and try to start a business up there. So I wanted out of Marion County because it's been nothing but bad news for me.
Okay. Got any family up in Jacksonville?
No, I'm by myself. I got a daughter that lives in Belleview. Both my folks are deceased.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did they live before?
They lived out in the villages.
Okay. What part of the villages?
Chatham.
Chatham?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, over off of,
Is that in the Marion County part? I don't know the villages that well.
I think it could be Marion County, it could be something, I'm not 100% sure.
When did they pass away?
2016.
My man. Thank you. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir.
What'd you go to prison for?
Well, when I first started, moved up here, I was working with a company. Basically, I'll just make it long and short, got roped in with a guy at work, took some shit from work, pawned it, got in trouble for it, got caught for dealing in stolen property. Was put on probation for 5 years. I got a cracked windshield ticket that I did not pay, which got my driver's license suspended.
Okay.
I got caught driving on a suspended license, and automatically, because of being in trouble, it made me an automatic convicted felon. After almost 30 years of service with the county, with the city, I was on the fire department, I mean, all kinds of stuff, and it's like my whole life is, shot in the ass. I got almost 30 years in the Florida retirement system.
What'd you do for the county?
I worked for the school system for 13 years.
Jeez.
I was irrigation tech, plumber, and heavy equipment operator. Left there to go to the city of Parkland. Thank
Okay.
God I left after the bad shit happened there, but was there for almost 15 years.
The fire department, you said?
Well, I worked in public works. I started as irrigation tech, worked my way up to assistant director. But in the meantime, they had a volunteer fire department. If you wanted to make some extra money, you can get on the fire department. So I went through the fire academy, got on the fire department, and had some fun with it. And then economy tanked and basically made too much money. So, I had to go. So I decided to come up here because my folks retired up here. My daughter was up here. So thought this was going to be the place to be. But like I said, that stuff happened with Brickman. Was on probation. 2.5 years into it, I was at Walmart. And actually, a week prior, went in, had an eye examination, purchased 2 pair of glasses, went back the following week to pick them up, and as I was exiting the store, got stopped and was basically asked to come in, ask some questions. They asked me about sunglasses, so on, and basically I got accused of stealing sunglasses, which I had my prescriptions and I had receipts for the stuff that, you know, I bought them. That wasn't the big deal. The big deal, I was with my buddy, and he's got 2 fucked up hips from a motorcycle accident. And I was helping him carry his shit out, and inside of his shit was 250 rounds of ammunition. Well, being a convicted felon, I've heard the thing of firearm, which I stayed away from, but I didn't know just having ammunition could get you hemmed up.
Okay.
So I got arrested again, violated my probation, and I got bailed out. Had a sister living with me that was on drugs, kicked her out, and she accused me of stealing money from her, which I did take money, but it wasn't stealing. She owed me. It's a long story behind it, but basically, I got fucking locked up again. And basically this time I was in during COVID, was in for a year in county, and basically, you know, said, hey, I want to plead, I want to get this done, you know, which I should have stayed and fought because, like I said, I had the receipts, you know, one thing led to another, but anyways, I took the plea, got 2.5 years. While I was in, was with this girl. We were somewhat dating for a little while. We split up, and she basically had said to me she would help me take care of my house, take care of my animals, so on and so forth while I was in. No problem. So then she decided after so much time I was in, said she didn't want to be with me anymore. I said, fine. We had already had talking about some other stuff, and I had given her a power of attorney, and I sold my house. Money was supposed to be put in the bank. Long story short again, I get out, 60 grand's missing. Every possession that I had was missing. She took it all. And this is what I'm baffled because.
When did you get out again?
December 8th of last year.
Of 23? Okay.
Yeah.
Or 2022.
22,
Yeah.
Correct. The stuff happened with my sister. A detective was at my house within a month. Questioned me, arrested me, locked me up. I get out, I have this I get out, I find out what's going on with this woman, what she did with my stuff. I contacted Sheriff's Department. They tell me to basically bring them evidence. I bring them bank statements, Zelle stuff, all kinds of communications back and forth, so on and so forth. And after almost 5 months, 6 months, they tell me that there's nothing they can do because I gave a power of attorney to her. Yeah. But the thing was, after I got out, she took money out of my account. And I even brought that up to the detective, but they didn't want to do nothing about it. Again, I found out she had some of my stuff selling in a store. I went up to the store. I confronted her. I was going to call you guys. She decided to tell me she was going to let me get the rest of my stuff. She was going to take me to the storage unit, so on and so forth. Did all that. She never took me to the storage unit. She ran me around Belleview. Long story short, I left. A week later, week and a half later, what happened to me at Griffles happened to me on whatever road it is. I get stopped, guns drawn on me, 5-0 down on my chest, boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, I get down here and I'm being arrested for burglary of a dwelling, strangulation, what was the other one? Like kidnapping or holding her against her will, stealing her phone. I mean, all kinds of shit. Okay. And again, you know, it cost me a lot of money. I lost a job over it. I was working a second job doing valet living. It was something at night, making money. But because of this charge, they fired me from it. So it was very hard to find a job. And like I said, after 2 months, they dropped all the felony charges. And then there was just a misdemeanor charge of the theft of her phone, and I had some emails showing I didn't have her phone, so on and so forth. Provided them to the state or to my public defender, and basically they finally dropped the last charge. Okay. Like I say, trying to get my shit together because I was just talking to the guy that I cut grass with. I said, dude, I got about 2 more months with you once daylight savings changes. I'm going to try to get up the road, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to be here anymore. I mean, me and my kid don't get along. We don't really talk that much. And I got nobody. I got a sister that lives down with, and she don't talk to me because she thinks I took all her shit.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter's 30.
And you don't get along with her?
She ripped me off too. I had given her money for a trip, and her and I were supposed to go up north. I gave her $3,000 to hold, and basically, what was it, 2 days before we were ready to leave, she told me she couldn't go. So when I said, give her my money back, she didn't have the money no more. And apparently they used it to fix up their house, and we really haven't spoken too much since. I talked to her a couple times, and I actually asked her for some help to help me when I was locked up with my house because I thought some shady shit was going on with this girl. She was going to do it, and I think her husband pushed her in the other direction, and before I know it, she wouldn't answer my calls anymore, and what my worst fear was came true. So, well, like I said, I was ready to pack it all up and leave this shit alone.
So who's the most important person in your life now? You now get along with your daughter. Do you have any other family that you communicate with, or friends?
It's me, man. I really don't have. I don't bother with people because I don't want trouble.
You sound
I don't
like
want to be around
some trust issues, yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but it's the way it is.
You mentioned your sister was kind of involved in drugs and all that.
Bad.
How long's that been going on for?
All her life. I mean, I was involved with them too. I got clean. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was done. I said I wasn't messing with this shit no more. I got myself clean. And
how long you been clean?
Well, before I went to prison, I was clean for almost 5 months. Then the whole time I was in, I've been out for over a year. I mean, I smoke a little weed, but other than that, I don't fuck with nothing else. I mean, because actually, I say I was lucky. I took a shot of dope and basically woke up with my head split open, my arm cut open, and was going, what the fuck happened? And I said, you know what? I looked in the mirror and said, you got lucky.
When was that?
3.5 years ago.
And you haven't gone back?
No.
What were you using back then?
I used heroin.
Okay.
And a little bit of meth.
Well, congratulations. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I was proud of myself. Crazy. And the thing is, the girl that I was with at Dawn Jakes, she was bad news about it all, too. That's the sad part. Because,
pull you right back in, too.
Huh?
She could pull you right back into that lifestyle.
Well, I mean, I'm a pretty strong guy that way, I guess you'd want to say, because it's kind of like, I try to not put myself in a situation where I'm going to be around people using that shit, That's why I say it's...
Back when you were using, was there a lot of fentanyl in the heroin then? Or?
That's what I think got me.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got out of that at a good time, because that shit's just pure
bad
fentanyl
now, yeah.
I know. Well, it's last night working, there was a guy on the curb, and I had an idea, been there a little, I've been around a lot of, and it was like, hey dude, it took me like 4 times, but finally he, said, hey man, just checking on you, make sure you're okay, so. Yeah. But, yeah, it's.
Well, I'm here talking to you about an incident in June. Something happened mid-June on June 12th. I don't know if that rings a bell for you. What were you doing in June? Like, where were you working at that point? I know we talked about a tree company and some lawn guy now.
I was doing the tree company.
Okay.
Yeah, I worked for them for basically the whole summer.
Okay. I
got done working with them about August, end of August. September, because actually that's when I was leaving. Like I said, my truck, I even got pictures of my transfer case blown up. I ended up having to get my truck towed to a hotel. With a little bit of money I had left, I bought a bike, and I started riding my bike back and forth to this guy's place for almost 2 weeks till I got, paid and was able to get the part for my truck.
Okay.
But
so going.
That was pretty, and that up there, when I was doing tree work, go to work, I was actually renting a little room at a little hotel. And
Is that the Tavares job you're talking about?
Yeah.
Or Leesburg, Tavares, that area?
Yeah.
You ever do any work in the villages?
No.
No.
So before we get into the case, you seem like a kind of a no bullshit kind of guy, very respectful, straightforward, and it sounds like you've had some bad shit happen to you in the course of your life. We're gonna ask you some questions, and me and Joe, we work major cases and stuff like that. And we just want to make it clear to you that some of the questions that we're going to ask you, we already know the answer to.
I'm sure.
And we just want to make sure that we're not going to disrespect you at all in this room. If you need anything, you just let us know. But we're not going to bullshit you. We're not going to disrespect you. All we ask is that you don't do the same to us. Just if we ask you a question, there's a reason we're asking you the question. We're just trying to figure out what happened and why it happened, and maybe get more clarity on the case from your perspective. Mm-hmm. Joe's the case agent. He's been working the investigation, and I'm just kind of helping him out. I just wanted to make that a little clearer. That's all.
Mm-hmm. We're just looking for honesty. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to give you what I have without giving you too much, because I don't want you to just regurgitate what I tell you, if that makes sense. So it's important that you just be honest and open about everything. So I'm here about a case that I worked in June, and we got some DNA that linked you to the case, so I was trying to get your perspective as to what happened.
Okay.
Involving an older couple down in the Villages, maybe some sort of argument or conversation. It seemed like it started out as just a conversation, between you and them, and it kind of led to some other things. So I was trying to get your interpretation or your version as to what happened.
An argument with an older couple.
You may have gone to them asking them for help, and they went to help you or something, and
maybe something happened.
No, I didn't ask no older couple for any help. I mean, I don't. No, I don't fuck with people that way. I mean, that's why I say it's not my thing, dude. I keep to myself. I try to be self-sufficient, if that's what you want to call it. I mean, you see, I've been living in my truck for a while now. Unfortunately, it's not the most funnest thing in the world, but I
think I asked you before, where were you living back in June?
I think I told you. I was down in Leesburg. I was working for the tree company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you didn't have transportation at the time. You said you were riding your bike.
No. I said I was riding my bike after I left the Leesburg gig and was getting ready to go to Jacksonville. That's when my transfer case blew up, and that was around, like I say, I want to say end of August, September. The Bellina guy, because I went right to work with him 2 days later. I mean, but like I said, I ended up getting my truck towed to the Country Inn Suites or whatever it is on 275, and that's where I was at. Like I said, I walked, met this guy to get my bicycle, and basically rode my bike back and forth till I got my part. Like I said, and that was August, September.
Okay. Sorry, I was trying to pull up some pictures here. So essentially, like I said before, you're here because your DNA was found on the scene. So DNA is one of those things that's exact, there's no question in it. So I'm trying to figure out how it got there. And
me too, because I don't know.
There's other things that we do in the investigation. This older couple, they were shown photo lineups. We got surveillance video that's in the area. So there's multiple things that have led me to you.
Okay.
This is not just on a whim that we brought you in here, okay?
Right.
So I need you to really think back and try to remember this day. It was down in the Villages. It kind of started off as a conversation, you asking for some water, asking for some help.
That was the old
some
people.
Money.
Yeah. Some money.
Maybe. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
The only thing that down there, I was doing my walking, okay?
Okay.
Because, again, my folks used to live over there.
Mm-hmm.
And, yes, there was a day where I had stopped. I was kneeling, like, on the end of it because it was hot as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard somebody ask if I was okay. I said, yes, I'm okay. I said, I'm a little thirsty. I'm out of water. I had my water bottle, and it was empty. The man asked me to come up to the house. I came up to the house. They let me in the house.
Okay.
They asked me for my bottle. I gave them my bottle. They said that they can't fill the bottle up if I would like a glass of water.
Okay.
I said, fine, no problem. I sat down. Actually, they invited me to sit down. I didn't just sit down, okay? And basically, they gave me a glass of water. I had my water, talked to them for I don't know, not even 5 minutes. I don't even think it took that long, honestly, because it was like boom, boom, boom. They gave me my drink. I said, thank you very much. And I was pretty much out the door and back on my way.
Okay.
There was no home invasion. I didn't bust into nobody's house. I didn't take any money or ask for any money or ask, it was, they basically offered to me. So, I mean, at the time, like I said, I needed a drink. So, yeah, I had water.
Again, be honest with me.
I'm being honest.
And you seem like a really nice guy. You seem like a good guy, okay?
I am a good guy. It sucks. I've had some pretty shitty luck going on. And this ain't helping anything at all.
Were you using any drugs back then?
Nope.
At that time?
No.
Is that a time, maybe a bad time in your life? Because here's the thing.
Okay, wait, hang on. First of all, and this is where I'll get upset, because he asked me a specific question when I quit doing drugs. And I specifically said about 3.5 years ago.
Yes.
And I said, since I've been out, I haven't touched anything. And the only thing I've touched is some weed. Okay?
Okay.
That was it.
These people, have you ever met them before? The people that allowed you in the house? Can you describe them to me so we know we're talking about the same people?
Oh my gosh.
Roughly. You don't have to be exact. Are they white, black, Hispanic?
I'm going to say white. They sounded like maybe they had a Canadian accent or something like that. They were actually, in conversation, I think I remember the old man saying something. He was like in his late 90s or some shit like that. So, I mean.
Did anything happen when you were there that may have been misinterpreted?
No, I mean, I was very polite. I was very respectful. I mean, they were nice. Like I said, I mean, got my drink. I was cooled off and I was out the door. I left.
Okay. At any time, did you ask them for money, or did they offer you any money or anything like that?
No.
The bottle that you said when you were at the base of the driveway, you were kind of tired or hot or whatever.
I kneeled down because I was, like I said, I kind of sat off the side and I just kneeled down for a second and I could hear somebody through the garage, like I said, ask me if I was all right.
And do you remember if you left that bottle behind? Is that what are we talking about?
Yeah, I think so, because like I said, when they took the bottle, they said they couldn't fill the bottle. So she gave me a glass of water, so I'm assuming they threw it away. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
know. And I didn't mean to offend you. I just, in our experience and in working these cases and talking with you, like I said before, you seem like a good person. Because we have two types of people. We have people that do commit crimes on a regular basis because they have that malicious personality, and then we have people that make mistakes, and it's something that some aggravating circumstance in that particular moment just causes things to get way out of control, and it's not something in your normal character that this person would do that, and so those are the two types of people we deal with. And I guess the reason I'm asking is because from talking with you, it seems like that's the person more that I'm talking to, rather than someone who's going out and targeting old people.
No,
in the
for God's sake, like no, man. Okay. No, listen, it's like I even told because this girl even filed a restraining order on me and basically lied, said that I was driving past her house in a car that I didn't even own anymore, okay, which was crazy, but I made the statement to the judge then, I'm not a violent guy, not in any way, shape, or form. I said, if you look back on my past, I got in trouble back when I was 18, 19, 20, or whatever it was for fighting. I ain't never laid hands on nobody since, okay? I was locked up for as long as I was locked up. Never got in a fight with nobody. Mm-hmm. It's not my demeanor, it's not my thing. No, I'm not, and
I want to explain something else to you. You probably already know this, but so when you were arrested the first time, you know what CODIS? You're familiar with CODIS? It's a database for DNA.
Yeah, they make you take your DNA.
Yep, and so your DNA is stored in a database. So when we have these cases, we take DNA samples or suspected DNA samples from different areas. In this case, we took DNA from various aspects of the home and different things. And so obviously with your DNA being in CODIS, it comes back as a match.
Right.
So
well, I mean, if you got my water bottle, of course it's going to be a match.
But I guess what I'm saying is more than the water bottle.
Well, I don't believe, because I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything more than that. So, I mean, how you could say
Because it
more
was
DNA or whatever, I don't, I mean,
Did any one of these older folks, do you remember if they had any mobility issues? Cane, a walker?
yeah, the old man, he couldn't move too. That's why I said he made a comment about how old he was. He couldn't move that good. That's what I'm saying. What I would be targeting some.
Was he using anything like to help with his mobility issues? Do you remember if he was?
I think he had a walker or a seat or something like that he scooted on. I don't remember exactly 100%, but I mean, I remember him standing in the kitchen because he was standing with her when she turned to him in my water. So,
do you remember any like cars in the driveway? Did either one of them drive or anything?
I don't remember a car in the driveway, no sir.
Okay. How about did he talk about her in the garage, or did he? I know a lot of the houses have those screen things.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. I think that there was a car in the garage. I couldn't see that good, and when, like I said, when he talked, he just kind of opened the door a little bit and had me go around to the front door, and then I went into.
Could you tell what kind of car it was?
No, I couldn't tell what kind of
color, style. Was it like a truck?
I didn't pay attention. No. I paid attention to him, and then, like I said, went in the house and got my water.
Okay. And how did you leave there when this interaction was over?
Pleasantly. It was, thank you very much for the water. I'm trying to even think of something that was maybe even said.
Did you guys talk about anything in particular? They mentioned their age, like they were in their 90s or something.
Well, that's why I said we were doing short talk, and I can't remember how it even came up of him saying that he was in his 90s or 96 or something like that.
Yeah. Did they ask you like your age or anything?
Not that I recall. No.
Okay.
No.
How old are you now?
I'm 56.
Do you remember telling them that you were 57 years of age?
No.
Okay.
Or telling them your age at all?
Robert, you gotta meet me halfway here, because I'm reading this report and there's a lot of detail that in the past you mentioned this, girlfriends and family members, and your a family member making an accusation against you, we would consider that person to be not an independent witness, meaning that sometimes families have vendettas against each other. They try to discredit one another, accuse each other of stealing or whatever. There could be a bias there. These are two strangers that have no reason to lie to us about what they allege occurred. We know from the forensic evidence and from the physical evidence left at the scene, whether that be photographs, fingerprints, DNA, things that were used inside the house, that there was more to this.
Okay.
And we're just asking.
We just want you to tell
I don't want you to look like a monster.
I'm not a monster.
I know you're not. But some of the things something happened in that house that was a little bit more than
I don't know what you keep saying. Something more happened.
I don't want to tell you what happened.
And I'm telling you what happened. Okay, I'm telling you exactly what went down on my side of this. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't know Adam from Eve from these people.
Exactly.
And
which is my issue that I have.
Well, and it's an issue I've got too, because I mean, why would they lie about it? Mm-hmm. I don't know why they would lie about it. Maybe. I don't even know. I don't even have an explanation. I don't know what to say. I mean, all I know is the simple thing that I did. and this never fails, man. This never fails. I've had nothing but shit luck up here with anything that's gone down with the legal system. Some of it I've been guilty of.
Sure.
Some of it I definitely have not been. And this is one that I didn't do no home invasion on somebody's home, man. I'm telling you right now.
Well, it sounds to me like go ahead. Sorry, sure.
I'll tell you this: the part about you being invited into the home, them getting you some water, that I can say that I believe you. There's some other things that happen after that. That I know, okay, I know this via a few ways, okay? A, I saw with my own eyes their door to be completely kicked in and broken. There's surveillance cameras going in and out of the villages when you enter and exit, okay? Their car that was recovered, not in their garage. Like I told you before, we took DNA from various aspects of the home. We took DNA from the car. We took DNA from the water bottle. We took DNA from the cup that you drank from. We took DNA from the chair that you sat in, okay? So I can corroborate certain things, but I can also tell you that you're not telling me everything. And I want to know you to stop. I was there. These people have no reason to lie to me.
I was there too, okay? And I don't know, you're talking about a car, you're talking about things that I had no involvement with whatsoever. Where you're coming up with all this stuff, you could say you found DNA in it. I don't buy that because I wasn't in nobody's car.
It's not to be.
When I got done kicking in a door.
You're going to buy it when you read this in the reports later.
Okay.
I'll give you an opportunity to maybe explain this and offer some kind of an apology for what happened to these people, because they don't know you.
Well, an apology
They're terrified. They're 90-something years old.
I
They're
get that. I totally understand
that,
dude. And you know what? For you to tell me and actually sit here and say that I did this to these people is ludicrous. I did not.
So how'd their door get kicked in?
Well, when somebody asked me to come in the house, they closed the door. And when I left, I closed the door. How it got kicked in, I don't freaking know. I didn't kick your... What? Why would I kick in a door when I was just inside somebody's house? I mean, you guys are...
I know the answer to that, but again, I don't want to feed you everything I know because I don't want you to just regurgitate everything to me.
I'm telling you, I didn't kick in their door. I didn't take no car. I didn't leave DNA in a car. You're asking me to tell you what went down, and I'm telling you what went down on my side. I did not do anything wrong or bad to these people, man. Nothing.
I disagree, and the evidence disagrees. So again, I want to give you the opportunity to offer these people some peace of mind, some apology, because it's been over 6 months now, and they've been terrified, and thinking that someone's out there targeting them, when in reality, from talking with you, I think this was just an opportunistic mistake. It just things were happening, and
it got out of hand really quick.
Got out of hand.
Well,
I think it would give them closure, peace of mind, that they could, enjoy the last few years of their lives that they have left, and just be able to know that they weren't maliciously, attacked or anything. It was just a, hey, I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
So you want me to admit to something I didn't do?
No, I don't want you to do that.
I want you to admit to the truth of what happened, and what I'm saying is, be honest.
And I have been. You've asked me everything, and I've pretty much told you everything, okay? I don't know how much more honest you want me to be. I didn't do anything bad to these people. Not a thing.
So they just made this up? They're framing you? What
I don't know what the deal was, but I mean...
You said you left on good terms. It was just small talk.
Exactly.
There's no reason that they've never met you before.
No.
You've never met them. There's no reason that they would...
You just came to their house and they're like, let's just make something up and frame this poor innocent man that just walked into our house. It doesn't make any sense to me. And this is your opportunity to make some good come out of this. Because like Joe said, these people are terrified. They probably are losing sleep at night. They can't function thinking that you're going to come back there and do something bad to them. And this is your opportunity to do something good.
Can I ask you a question? How many other home invasions have been around the villages?
Well, we have part of the villages here in Marion County.
And has my DNA been brought up in any of that stuff?
It's going off to a lot of
normally
cases.
that's like something that you hear happens all the time.
Is this something, have you done this multiple times? Is it?
What have I done multiple times?
I don't know. Go ask people.
Your question was...
No, wait a minute. You see, there you go. You're putting words into my mouth that I did not say. I did not ask them for water. They asked me if I was okay. I said, I'm hot, I'm out of water. Mm-hmm. They asked if I would like to get some water. They could refill my thing for me or give me some water, whatever. Like I said, I'm walking
Has that
through the
happened
door.
where anyone else invited you in the home?
No, because normally I've got a water, or I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's no.
Robert, to answer your question, you asked if we have other home invasions in the villages. At this point, I don't really know. We have to share our information with other counties, other jurisdictions, and find out if there are more. And the chances are very strong that, knowing what we know about this case, your DNA is going to be compared against other scenes. Absolutely.
This is just ludicrous. Even if you go through again my past, and I know this sounds crazy with what I just went to prison for. This ain't I've worked my ass off all my life, man. I don't steal from people, okay? It's not my gig, okay? And again, I don't hurt people. 19, 20 years old is the last time I had any kind of a charge on me for any kind of physicality, because I just, like I said, I had a good career. Yada, yada, yada. I stayed at it. I don't do that kind of shit.
Did they get upset with you at all and maybe get physical, like trying to force you out of the house at any point?
Why would they do that?
I don't know. I'm just trying. I'm trying to make sense of it all. So I
understand.
That's why I asked if there was anything that was misinterpreted, like maybe they pissed them off and then they asked you to leave or something like that, because that would make more sense than just that they just randomly
First of all, I was brought up, I feel, with good morals and good discipline, I guess, if you want to say. And the one that's why I kind of sat here then. My grandma Connor would be freaking out right now, because it just not my thing, man.
But even if you were raised with good morals, I mean, I know cops that do stupid shit and make mistakes, right?
And I've done my stupid shit, and it's been petty stuff. This is fucking something major that you're talking about, and I don't go knocking off old folks. It's not my thing, man. It's not my deal, okay? So I'm sorry if you want me to give you more information on something like, I ain't got it, because that's not my thing. I did not do anything bad to these people, okay? I'm telling both of you now, I'm telling the truth. You may have found my DNA here, you may have found my DNA there. I did not do anything wrong to these people. I know what I did, where I was at, where I sat, and I left, okay? And I basically went from door, I guess you want to say, through I think it was a living room or something, to the kitchen, sat in a chair. Actually, I think I even, because I got up to hand the man my glass, if I'm correct, or I got up and I set it on the counter just as I was getting ready to leave. And that was pretty much, I was out the door, I left, and I was gone. I went to my truck. I mean, that's...
Just so we're clear, I'm being respectful to you, but I don't believe a damn word you're saying. And anyone watching this video is not going to believe a word that you're saying.
That's normally that's how it is.
You put yourself at the scene because you know we have your DNA there.
No, I put
everything else that happened,
because you asked me about
everything else that happened, shit went sideways. I agree.
What went sideways?
I agree that what happened is not characteristic of the man sitting in front of us. You made a mistake. Some shit went bad in the house, and
nothing went bad in the house.
It's something that you can't take back, and it's probably very embarrassing to you that what happened. And I understand that, but we're not going to judge you in this room. We want to know what happened and why, and so we can offer some kind of an explanation so that we can mitigate how bad this looks for you.
I'm going to tell you something, and I've been saying it all along. I know how bad it looks.
It does.
And I know how bad the 5-6 charges looked against me months ago, okay? Mm-hmm. I don't know what's going on with this shit, okay? But I did not fuck with no old people, okay? That's not my gig. And if you want to, you up there, I'm telling you the truth, okay? You can get pissed off at me all you want. You can say
we're not mad at you, man.
You get a little shitty with me and you tell me, well, what you're saying there, you're not telling the truth.
I'm trying to get through to you, man. Why would they make this up?
Why would... Could there have been another person around? Could there have been somebody else involved?
There wasn't.
Did you ever? How do you know that?
Because I did it's a thorough investigation. There's no other people involved. You're the only person.
Really?
Yes.
I'm the only person that went in, I got a drink, and now I'm being accused of doing a home invasion on their house.
By complete strangers that have no reason to lie to us.
And I have no reason to lie to you neither. If I was going to lie to you, I'd either go, first of all, I want an attorney. Second of all, I'm not telling you guys shit. You guys asked me stuff. At first, I didn't know. Then you guys thought, oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, the old people offered me. And I told you what went down, and I left. And you're trying to tell me.
And maybe, I know it's been a while, so again, if maybe you're remembering more things now as we talk about it, if there's more that you want to add, now is the time to add it. So, because again, the evidence doesn't support the version that you're telling us.
Well, that's what I'm telling you, because I mean, guys, you're wanting me to sit here and tell you something that I did not do, I guess if you want to say. You're asking me did something go sideways? No, nothing went sideways. I don't know what you're talking about. A drink of water goes sideways. I get a drink of water, and now I'm being accused of doing a home invasion on somebody's house. I mean...
I've had a lot of drinks of water, and I've never been accused of doing this, man.
You're a cop. I'm a criminal. You know what? When I went to you guys, like I said, about the shit that came out of my shit getting ripped off and everything, I got nothing.
Well, I'm sorry that they disrespected you.
Nothing from you guys. Nothing from you guys. And then with the deal with this chick, nobody came to me first and said, hey, Mr. Connor, even to call me. Actually, the detective did call me about coming in for questioning. I told him I had to work the one day. The following, something went down, but I told him I'd be in. When I tried to get a hold of the committee, he wasn't there. The weekend came and I ended up getting arrested, okay? Nobody wanted to hear my side of it. Nobody wanted to hear.
I'm sorry that
I ended up
No, I hate shitty police work.
So do I. And I paid for it two times now. And now I'm going to get roped into something that I did not do. And I know you want to say, well, why would these old people say this or why would these old people say that? I don't know what these old people would say.
We're just trying to give you an opportunity. If there's anything that you want to tell us or get off your chest or anything like that. If you're telling us that you went in there, you were invited in, given a drink of water, and you left on peaceful terms, that's what we're going to put in our report. We're just explaining to you our years of experience. We've been doing this a long time.
Gotcha.
We probably have 20 years of law enforcement experience in this room.
I understand.
So we've talked to a lot of people in your position. We've talked to people that have murdered babies in that chair, and bad stuff.
People.
And sometimes we're investigating serious crimes, and sometimes what occurs is monstrous. Like how do you get through to somebody that just murdered their child, or how do you get through to somebody that just raped a baby? You know,
what did you say? Fucked with two old people. I mean,
it's pretty monstrous, right?
That is pretty monstrous. It's pretty shitty, dude. I mean, it's nasty. And again, it's.
But even if someone, there's explanations for why this occurs. I mean, I don't think that if we had 15 of these robberies and you were the suspect in every single one, I would sit here and say, this guy's a monster. He needs to be locked up and thrown away for the rest of his life. He has no remorse. He's a shitty person, and I would give my opinion about all that. But in this particular instance, we have, in our jurisdiction at least, we have this one crime that occurred that Joe's done a thorough investigation.
We know of. Yep, it's just this one incident, fluke thing, but it left them terrified, you know? So we're trying to get some closure so that they can feel safe in their home again.
Well, they can feel safe. I mean, I didn't do nothing to it. I'm locked up now, so they're definitely going to feel safe. So, I mean, I guess there's...
So what's your theory help me understand, what's your theory about why you're being accused? Can you clue me in on that? Maybe there's something that I'm missing.
Dude, I have no idea. I honestly don't know. I mean, I don't know these people. I really, like I said... You can't get a read on people in 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it was.
Was there anything they said or did that made you uncomfortable? That made you?
No, they were awesome people. They were nice. I mean, there was nothing that made me feel uncomfortable about them. I mean, they were nice people.
Have you ever been diagnosed with anything, mental health wise?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So they were nice people. You guys left on good terms. Your DNA's at the scene. You acknowledge that you were there, and you have no theories as to why you're being accused of a robbery.
Well, that's the other thing. It's like I'm accused of a robbery, and it's like I don't even know the proper thing to say or the right way to say it. I'm being accused of something, and the only thing I walked away with was my thirst quenched, and I thought I met two nice people. That was it. I mean, you know, I can't sit here and beat a dead horse. I don't know why they saying it to me. That's why I asked if there was other robberies in there. I mean, you know, it just... I don't know, guys.
Well, the DNA that Joe was talking about was sent off, and if it matched, if there was like more than one contributor, sometimes there's a mixture of DNA. We would have other possible hits to other people. But like Joe was saying, he just came back with your DNA because your DNA was in the system.
I get it.
I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Steamroll you.
No, you're good. That's where we're at. I'm looking for you because am I right by saying you're saying you left on foot? Is that kind of what you started to kind of talk about it, but I want to make...
I believe I said from the beginning I was walking.
Yes.
And I believe I said I stopped, kind of knelt down because I was hot.
But when you left that house, when you were done, bye-bye, shut the door, as you said, you left on foot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, like I said, there's physical evidence at the gates going into the neighborhood. There's the surveillance video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shows you walking in on foot. Shows you leaving in their car.
I doubt that.
I don't doubt it. I watched it.
Okay.
So
I'd like to see it.
you'll be able to see it. It'll be in your
Okay.
discovery. But I'm just telling you, that's where, I told you, there's damage to the door, damage that I physically saw. It's not something that they're just making up. There's all kinds of evidence.
Okay,
So I
again,
guess
though,
I'm
I'm
curious.
going to ask you something. I guess
how-
if to flip the switch, did they tell you that I busted in the house to get a glass of water?
No,
Or did they open the door and let me in?
they open the door and let you in.
Okay, so I mean, where does this come back to me busting a door?
As things progressed, things went a totally different direction from how it started.
Let me word it to you this way. Do you know what the definition of a robbery is? If you don't know, I'll clue you in. Okay.
Like, this ain't I'm not
Okay.
a life of crime tech.
I'm going to give you an example. A guy went into a Dollar General last year, and didn't have a job, was literally starving, went and stole a 3-pack of tuna off the shelf, right? As he's walking to his car, the manager sees him walk past the point of sale, confronts him, he turns around and points a gun at her. Okay? A robbery is a theft plus a use of force, or placing somebody in fear. Okay? So if I'm meeting with you to sell you marijuana, right? And during the commission of the sale of marijuana, $20 worth of marijuana, you push me on the ground and run off, that's a robbery by sudden snatching. Okay? So it's some kind of use of force plus a theft. So what we're trying to say is that you were initially allowed into the house. We can all agree on that. And then that something happened in the house where I don't know you. This is my first time meeting with you. I don't know if you're bipolar or something happened, something pissed you off, or something happened inside that house, which then went bad.
I'm not bipolar. At least I've never been diagnosed with it.
So something as simple as us meeting to buy marijuana or you stealing a tuna can escalate into something that's more serious, but we want to make sure that we're not just hanging you out to dry and charging with you the most serious crime in the land if it was just a misunderstanding or they offered you something and then you left and then they misinterpreted something or something happened, and that's kind of where we're at. And we don't want you to acknowledge everything and then leave this space out, because this is really your opportunity to tell the story about what happened from your perspective, and that's where we're at.
Are you just gonna stare at me?
You look like you were contemplating. I was giving you time to.
Contemplating?
You look
Is
like
that
you
what
were.
I look like?
Well, you look like you were in
Listen,
thought. You look like you were in thought.
I am in thought. I'm in a lot of thought because this is all just, again, kind of messed up my book. And
For what it's worth, I don't think you're a bad person. I'd just like you to meet me halfway here. Help me understand.
well, I appreciate you saying that, but I think I've met you more than halfway. I mean, I've opened up. I told you guys what went down. I told you what went down on my side.
Yeah.
And
Well, now that I explained the definition of a robbery, do you think maybe there's a part that you're leaving out because you're embarrassed about? Like, is there something that happened in the house that there was misunderstanding? Sometimes people say things or do things that other person interprets a certain way. We want to make sure that you're not leaving a part out.
well, I've told you I'm not leaving it out.
Okay.
And I mean, what sucks even more is because it doesn't matter what I say here today. It doesn't matter what I do. And I've told you guys everything. I'm still getting locked up. I still got to go before first hearing.
Sure.
I still got to find out about getting bail. I still got to find out if I'm even going to get out of here. Now that the cards are stacked so against me right now. And I got to tell you, especially dealing with this last case, I've told you guys everything, man. And I mean, there ain't nothing else that I got that is going to help you that I could tell you. I mean, I'm fucked no matter what.
Honestly, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I feel like there's nothing that you can say that, and I agree with you. There's nothing that you can say that's going to help you, honestly. But what we're looking for is when other people that are way smarter than me and Joe look at this case, talking judges, juries, prosecutors, you know, they have just as much or more experience than we have. And I'm telling you, I've been doing this for far too long. I know that crimes occur. Very rarely is the person that does a crime just a monster. Now, I've investigated people that are just monsters that have killed their whole families before. They just killed them for no reason because they were bad people.
Right.
But for the most part, when people commit crimes that are on the book, there's always an explanation. And I don't want to take sides in an investigation. I want to make sure that I help explain who a person is and give them an opportunity to explain what happened. And I've just seen too many people in your position just say, you know, I was there, yeah, sure, I left my DNA there, but nothing happened. And it just, when you rewind it back and play the tape and then you compare that against all the evidence, it's just gonna look so bad. And just man to man, you know.
There's no mistakes that could have been made. Maybe somebody's seen something that they didn't see. Maybe
Sure.
Mistakes happen all the time.
Yes.
And I mean, so again, it's like I am stopped. You guys have already come to the conclusion, okay? I know what you're saying, I'm a nice guy. But you know what? When I walk out of someplace and I got 6, 7, 10 guys drawing guns on me, throwing me down on the ground, you guys have got your mind made up. I'm a criminal and I'm a bad guy.
Well, we don't know if you're armed. We don't know if you're going to try to kill one of us, right?
It's not us.
You know what? That's totally understand. But
to clarify for you, that's not us having our mind made up. That's what that is a result of, is me putting together the facts of the case as they stand, because I did try to reach out to you. I have a couple phone numbers, but they weren't the ones that you provided me. I had an address for you, but turns out you're homeless, which makes sense why I couldn't find your house.
How can you guys not have my, because you guys got all my stuff in the system from just what went down, and my phone number, all that shit.
Let me finish.
And how'd you guys find me at Griffles?
So,
through my phone, right?
Stop.
Probably.
Let me finish.
So that's what you guys are bullshitting.
The way that it gets to that point is that we put the facts of the case in an affidavit, and a judge signs it saying that there's probable cause. It's not us making up our minds that you're guilty or you're this person. That is the judge saying that there's probable cause for your arrest. You're brought here, and you go through the court process. Our job is not to make opinions, judge people. Our job is to collect all the facts as best that we can and put them together for, like Detective Lytle said, for people that are smarter than us for the next step.
Including mitigating factors, you know, not just aggravating factors, not just the bad shit that happened, but also the good stuff and the good person that you are and the kind of man that you are. and try to tell the story. And then, you know, we investigate this stuff and go to court for a living. We want to be able to speak intelligibly about you as a person and tell what kind of character that you have.
Okay, but you're trying to make my character worse than what it is, because you're asking me to, again,
we're not asking you
come
to tell us
clean
anything that
to
didn't
you
happen.
guys and basically tell everything that went down. And, you know, there could have been something that made me snap, or there could have been something that did this, and there's nothing that made me snap. There's nothing bad that went down. And again, there's... When the shit just went down with this girl, I read through page after page after page after page of lies, a lot of it, from officers and from the people that they interviewed, whatever the word you want to use.
Yeah.
And again, you know, nobody... I was a bad dude. You guys came and got me. Like I said, I just went through the ringer, man. I just went through the freaking ringer on this shit. So you guys are looking to hang somebody, and it ain't going to be me for this, because I didn't do nothing to these people, man. And again, if something bad happened to these people, I do feel bad for them, because they were nice people, okay? But I wasn't the guy that did something bad to these people, okay? I could be an asshole. I could be a lot of things, but... the common criminal, thief, and to fuck with old people.
I think you hit the nail on the head earlier when you made a statement. You said that I'm fucked either way, right? Because in your mind, you're making the calculation. You're thinking, okay, I've been arrested before. I've been through the system. I've sat in a jail
Well, that's
cell.
exactly what they
reading my
did,
discovery. Man. I know how the criminal justice system works. I know that law enforcement is allowed to use deception. You know that, right? We could sit here and blow smoke up your ass and lie.
Exactly, I hear you.
But you know, when I teach new detectives how to do their job, you know, we talk a lot about deception, and I don't believe in lying in something like this that's serious like this. To use deception, we're just being straightforward with you, and going forward, you're going to see the exact same things that we're talking about in this case. And it just sucks because. You know, I talk to people that just sit there and shake their head and basically tell me to go fuck myself, right?
I'm giving you guys respect, and again, you know,
and I feel like you're a nice guy.
If you say no in the system, I should have zipped my net and never said a word to you guys. It said to call my attorney or call the public defender, take me over to county, like a lot of these other, and I didn't do that, dude. Like I said. You guys asked me questions at first. I didn't know what the fuck you're talking about, a home invasion, okay? Like I said, I told you what I thought was going down. I thought it was this girl. Mm-hmm. When we talked, we went through it. It's like, yeah, I remember that. But, you know, no, I did not. And it, your DNA thing, whatever. I didn't hurt these people. I didn't do anything to these people.
It's just a shame. I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. That's my ringtone, excuse me. It's a screaming goat. Do you have Facebook or social media at all?
I don't fuck around on it.
Did you see that there's a wanted flyer for you, a water bulletin by the sheriff's office on Facebook?
Nope. I don't go on that stuff, man. I don't mess around on social media.
Yeah, I don't really either, but I sometimes just browse to see what's new.
Well, listen, that's why I say when you guys say you didn't have a number for me, that's deception, my friend. That's a lie. Because when the detective there, if you guys pulled my record up, you seen what went down 6 months ago, I'm sure maybe you've talked to detectives over there and stuff.
Yeah.
They had my phone number, okay? So for you guys to say you had no way to contact me, I disbelieve that. That's number one. Number two, like I say, how you guys found me at Griffles,
Sorry.
I mean, is, again, probably by my cell phone. You did whatever with my, you know, the tracking or whatever the freak you want to call it, okay?
I think what Joe was trying to tell you is that you had made a comment about how we had our minds made up, and what Joe was trying to tell you is that he had called the phone numbers in old reports looking to speak with you directly, and had gone to your house.
Well, the last number that they were able to get a hold of me. They had it through the court system.
I mean, just so you know, we're not bullshitting you. I mean, I don't know why we'd lie about something.
Yeah.
We have like a list of numbers that our computer systems
When we
splits
run
out.
people, it gives possible numbers. Obviously, the lower it is, the less likely it is your number, but,
Well, the detective over there was able to get a hold of me.
well, and he might have got that number from
How'd
that
you guys know I was at
woman you were
Griffiths?
talking about. It wasn't by your cell phone.
Really?
It was not. So I assure you that. I'm not lying to you when I'm saying that I didn't have your cell phone number. Yeah, and that one's not in here, so I don't want you to think that I really am. I'm a lot like him. I don't lie. We can lie in interviews, but especially a case like this when there's the evidence kind of is just there. I just try to lay it out for you and give you an opportunity to explain yourself. So that's where I'm at. If you want to leave it as it is with your statement that you provided, I will document it as such, but that's all I got for you.
That's all I got for you guys. I mean, I don't, again, if you guys want me to admit to something that I
No,
didn't
sir.
do to these
No,
people, I'm
absolutely not.
No?
Absolutely not. We don't want you to tell us anything that didn't happen. We got some paperwork that we need to complete. We got to check on the judge on that.
Yeah.
If you could just sit tight for us.
Where am I going?
I know, but just being respectful. If you could just sit tight for us, we have some paperwork that we're gonna show you as well.
This sucks so bad, man. Is it, well, if you can they give me my glasses? Because I can't read shit without my glasses. They got my glasses.
Got you.
And then clear plastic
Just
case.
give us a few minutes to get that paperwork in order, and we'll just do everything through.
You tell the truth?
No.
Robert Connor was identified through DNA evidence found at the scene and in the recovered vehicle. He had previously been released from state prison in December of 2022 after serving time for an unrelated fraud and weapon charge. Robert Connor was booked into the Marion County Jail on charges including armed robbery, false imprisonment, and grand theft auto of a motor vehicle. In September of 2025, a Marion County jury found Connor guilty on all charges. And in November of 2025, he received life imprisonment for armed robbery. He also got 30 years for 2 counts of false imprisonment while armed, and 10 years for grand theft auto of a motor vehicle. I want to thank you all for watching. We have a lot more on the way here at Couch Detective, so make sure you're subscribed, and we will see you in the next one.